You're listening to the Did You Hear Show.
Yo, morning, folks.
With your host, Jason Garvey.
Yo, what's happening, folks? Welcome to another episode of the Did You Hear Show, joined by my co-host, the one and only Mr. Farrell himself.
What's going on?
And we also have Martin on the decks. Martin, what's happening?
What's happening, lads? He's all good?
How's things? How are we, lads? All good?
Game ball.
Yeah?
No complaints. Holler at me, how are you?
All good, brother, all good.
You look good.
Thanks, bro. Thanks,
So do you, Jay.
Starting to eat a little bit better.
Yeah, feeling a little bit lean on myself.
Yeah?
No.
It's better for you two, just less.
Huh?
It's better for you two, just less.
Maybe.
Do you know what my problem is? Like last night I had a Whopper dinner, right? Was
What
full.
you have?
I had a stir fry, chicken stir fry,
Can't
right.
beat a nice stir fry now.
and a glass of blackcurrant, right? And then within an hour I was already eating a big fucking monster bowl of Cocoa Pops. Like, it's just a bad problem.
Just have it.
Yeah,
Just have it, but
just
Happens to the best of us.
the
Come
fat
here.
life.
you are a bit of a sink.
I just wanted to quickly touch on that episode with Bleeding Marc was deadly, wasn't it?
Good
Yeah.
crack, yeah.
NEILL.
Yeah, it was mad. Like, especially like I was interested in getting to know the story about Big Brother and all the California, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I hate California.
No,
Car crash.
I have to say, it fucking wrecks me head how much he lets California annoy him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking gem.
Yeah.
And the amount of messages that we got saying that, like, me opinion of him has completely changed. I'm fucking delighted
Oh, it's
because
been ridiculous.
it was clear on the day that it did get to him a little bit. And hopefully now we see is that that's done with, you know what I mean?
I reckon. he
But you
does.
know what my favourite part was?
What?
Martin Eastwood ringing in.
Yeah, I know.
That was quality, wasn't it?
And do you know what? Like, so obviously I wasn't in the know, but Martin was.
Yeah. We're
Not
better
Martin
mates than you
Eastwood.
two,
Well,
obviously.
Martin Eastwood and Martin Murray were in the know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I seen your phone. I seen you buzzing them, and I was like,
Yeah. Because the
I
boys...
knew what was happening.
The boys didn't know, but that was the first time ever using the phone function, so the lads didn't know what we were doing. But I have a magic trick here, right? You can show your kids at home all you want, right? But we have surprise guests today, okay? Watch this. See me finger? 1, 2, 3. Boom! Welcome, lads! Hey! We had the lads back.
Yeah.
Close enough to smell it here. Fuck Natasha, yeah?
Fuck you, Natasha, if you're watching this.
And
I
fuck you
mean
again.
that. Fuck you. Just want to remind you.
That's where we're
You
starting.
little plastic thing, you.
Listen, folks, we put up a poll there a couple of weeks back. Who is our favourite guest was, and it was Mr. Martin Eastwood. So we said we promised
Unanimous.
Mental.
we'd get him back on. He's back on. He was also dying to meet Marc because Marc was dying to meet him, and we said Marc was a great episode, Martin was a great episode,
we have
and
to
they've
get-
been inseparable since. There you are, look.
Get that.
I believe that.
Do you know what it's been like?
Nature boy.
Couple of nature boys in the corner.
But here, seriously, like before we start recording, like you two were over there doing your thing or whatever. These two boys have not stopped. They're like they've known each other for 10 years.
But here, lads, isn't this what it's all about?
It's all about that.
Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't have a clue about each other if it wasn't for the Did You Hear Show.
And keep in mind, Martin had no idea this was happening either.
No.
Martin was booked in.
Martin was booked in for today on his own, and I text Marc asking him if he wanted to pop down.
You had to ask Charlotte.
Had to ask Charlotte.
You.
I told Charlotte she could come, but she didn't want it. Next time, she's definitely more than welcome.
You
But
have to get her on, you do. You'd have to get her on and she'll tell you all the real, the truth about me.
Yeah.
He's a
Do
little,
you want her on though? Are you nervous of that?
he's a little prick. Just the first question I want you to write down the question: how much money on the regular do you spend belonging to Marc? Like, why was it? We're supposed to go like for a Christmas tree like today, and then she went mad at me. So I said, "Here, text Jay if you want me to go." Like,
oh, stop! Look, you're here anyway. That's the main thing. And so was Martin. What's happening, lads? How
Love it.
is?
Man, I'm on top of the world now. I'm
Yeah.
fucking happy to be here. I'm happy to be here, honestly.
Rumour has it you have a lot in common with Fred Flintstone living out in the bleeding desert.
That's
Mr.
right.
Mr. Dubois, they call you now.
Well, do you know what it is? I'm a sand Arab now.
Right.
I wear white dresses. I have 5 wives. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that. And I don't pay any tax. So here we are. Allegedly.
Have to get that one in there.
He's got himself in trouble. I know it.
Yeah.
He's worse than you.
Oh, stop!
Allegedly, Natasha.
Tell us a little bit about Dubois, man. Looks unreal, man.
Man, Dubois is an amazing place. I got there at the end of May.
Right.
It was 42 degrees on the daily. Like, it was just, the heat was insane. When I landed in Abu Dhabi, I nearly passed out straight away. An amazing place. I was planning on going over, checking it out kind of for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, like,
my mate invited me over.
What was the purpose of going over to Glinda, was it?
That was a trip, wasn't it? And then it just extended.
It just moved.
So it was supposed to be a trip, yeah. And Glinda had said to me, like, I had this mate in Glinda, for those who don't know, right? Lovely fella. He's originally from Tanzania, moved to Dublin when he was like 7 or so, and he runs a marketing company, right? So we're very similar, and we used to meet up every Sunday in Stephen's Green to cross swords and fucking have a coffee and have the crack, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't say you want to cross swords with me.
Not like that, Mark, not like that. I'll tell you, I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah, you don't want to cross swords with him, he's 2.
He was cross streams. Like,
Yeah. We see what you've done in the shower.
But I just want to know, I was hungover that day. I can't believe you even said that and just caught me off guard.
I could believe it, I know.
Not only did you
The
say
best
it, but
part
you made
about
the
it-
face.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The best part about it was the face, and it was directly in the camera, and he's cockeyed as well when he's doing it.
Hang on a second, can we make that into an NFT?
Oh,
That's
no.
worth
You're
money.
talking about cryptos now, right?
Yeah.
Well, regardless, that should be memed. You know what I mean?
It should be memed.
Yeah.
That's still early, lads. It's still early.
Mm.
Only a couple of weeks back. We can do anything with it. But so you went over to Glinda.
Yeah, yeah.
What's he doing over there? I know, like, you're not really here to answer for him, but
Yeah. Well, he I think he was his dream life is like he wants to have locations in multiple different places in the world, you know. And so he mentioned it to me for a while. He's like, "Come on over to Dubai." And initially I was like, "Yeah," and then I don't know what happened. I was just like, "I have too much going on. I'm not gonna go." So one day I was in Lidl. And there are lots of other reputable supermarkets available. And I got back to the shop. I got back to me gaff, right? How am I doing, Mark? Am I doing all right? And I literally had no intentions of going anywhere. And by the time I put the cornflakes in the press, by the time those cornflakes went in that press, right? There are lots of other name brand cornflakes available. I said, you know what? Fuck this, I says. You know, why am I not going? You know what I mean? So I just sat down, booked a fucking flight, started packing my bags, and the next morning I was gone. And after about 10 days, we were sitting in a Wagamama restaurant in the Dubai Mall. There are lots of other food places. No, I'm only messing. And I turned around to Glinda. I was like, well, let's just live here. You know what I mean? For at least a summer. And he's like, yeah.
That's what you were there for?
Yeah, for the whole. So I arrived at the end of May. I haven't got one ahead.
the tan ran away, mum.
The tan ran. Ended up living there for 4 months. Started a new company out there, which we're working on.
Right, so slow down for a minute,
Sorry,
right?
I'm talking a lot.
You moved out there for 4 months, right?
You're doing great.
So who just casually goes, all right, fuck this, I am loaded, I'm gonna go now.
This cunt obviously, he just balled out.
loaded. That's why.
Like, you were staying in fucking top-notch hotels
It was,
as well.
it was ridiculous. I have to say, you're blessed. Like
Hold on, let's just clarify. He wasn't staying in hotels with top notch.
Yeah, I thought that
Okay,
too for a minute.
yeah.
But that's not to say I wouldn't if the offer was there.
Yeah,
Top-notch,
she's on
you know what I mean?
Tinder.
Yeah, is she?
Well, the last
Yeah,
time I was
she
on
is
Tinder,
actually.
she's been floating about.
Level up. Level up. Level up. Mark's favourite. Level up.
Do you want to ask her on a date now when we can set it up?
I tell you, I won't for the only reason that it would intimidate me severely.
Because
she's a better rapper than
She's
you.
a better rapper than
Yeah,
me.
that's what it
and
is.
that's what it is.
Was she on X Factor? Was she on?
Wasn't she on something? She was on something, wasn't she?
She was on like Ireland's Got Talent or something like that, or some stupid. yoke.
Did you hear the story about her chasing?
Tell us how you really feel, Jay.
He's coming for her whole career.
Yeah, she done something. I know she I remember she said telling me that she chased Louis Walsh into his garden with
Me.
with a DVD of
Wow.
her singing.
That literally sounds like rats in Spin the Bottle. Have you ever seen Spin the Bottle?
Yes, love it.
Yeah, it sounds like rats.
Send me
30,
Auntie
30.
Lourdes. Big
It's
massive.
Jerry. Yeah.
Send me Auntie Lourdes. She's big, massive.
You gotta get into the zone so you can lose the stone.
When a man robs off his money and he calls him back on the
I
bike.
remember. I'm
Please
so
come
glad.
back.
I said that movie to people before, and they've looked at me like there's something wrong with me.
It's actually, the whole movie's on YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a
Fucking
fucking,
bottle rats in the flats, wasn't it?
yeah, unbelievable it is.
Who are we talking about here?
It's a movie.
All right.
Spin the
Yeah,
bottle.
Spin the Bottle. I've never seen it.
I'm just so glad we segued.
But basically, the bit that he was getting at was like about top notch chasing down.
Oh, we're
fucking-
back.
And we're back.
U-turn.
But like,
I
Martin,
saved him the last episode.
I'm assuming you were walking over there because there's no way financially you could justify
No, I was flat to the mat. Yeah, I was working every day. I'd go mad if I wasn't working. What would you do every day if you weren't working? You know what I mean?
Well, if you had top knot, would you? You know?
Yeah. I mean,
He said top knot, didn't he?
you know yourself.
Top knot.
I just really got. I might get something there.
Stop. Martin had to tie a top knot, didn't you, when yours snapped?
Oh, Jason, don't talk about that. PTSD over here.
But
Just
yeah,
a
back
running
now
thing,
anyway. But you plan on when you said you're going back over?
I'm going in a few days. I am. Yeah, back over there. They'll come back for Christmas, and then I'm gonna go back again.
Give us a shout. We want to go over for a sleep over
Come down
sometime. Yeah,
anytime. Alias.
We'll go over and do a podcast over in Dubai.
Why not? Let's go.
that's a shout actually.
It
Don't
is a
fucking
shout, isn't it?
don't tease me.
You went very quiet there.
Oh, I didn't hear that, Mark. I didn't hear that. Free accommodation, right? That's what I'll charge you. And free food. I'll cookies and fries. Here, you know the way in Dubai, right? And Mark, you don't look like you eat fries, buddy.
Oh, he definitely does.
You do?
I do. I should get.
You're in good shape.
No, I get these meals. Here, what's these?
Oh no, I was seeing them on your Instagram today.
So this one they give you, right? This one is like from Parallel, right? It's,
I want half of the sponsor money now.
No, they sent me out these meals. They sent me out these meals.
I've seen them, yeah.
Right, so this one is like bacon, cheese, and onion.
An omelette.
Yeah, but I think so. Here, try one. Take one.
That's your lunch.
If it's not chocolate, man doesn't want it.
I tell you what, he came prepared this time, didn't he?
Yeah,
he was bleeding,
100%.
starving. The
Come
other.
over the
Oh,
last
holy crap. Oh, my God, that's unreal.
No thanks.
I can't
It
wait
looks
to
too
tune
healthy
in
for
now.
me.
It's actually nice, don't
My
it?
body go into fucking
Oh,
shock.
I'll give her a bite when I'm finished.
Yeah, that's
There's a
unreal.
force, Jay. Torn down field.
I know.
Who, me? Oh, Jay Farrell.
Yeah.
That's because it's rabbit filled.
And sorry for the shameless plug, guys, but thanks for the Wakiki, Mark.
Oh yeah, that was
it's
from
actually
another company called KTR Supplements.
He's just coming out here.
There are
shouting.
lots of other
Wow.
reputable energy drinks available.
It's one of the lads. It's one of the lads that like I know from the army, and like I get nothing from them. They send me out stuff all the time. Like he
Yeah.
sends me all my
Stop brown
protein and stuff like
envelope.
that. And it was kind of like what we were talking about earlier on. You know, what do you call it? Influencers.
Yeah.
So influencers usually people all think that these guys have. Sorry, I'm trying to eat the rest of the food.
Come on, get that into you, Mark.
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
Careful.
Mark.
KTR Supplements.
Martin snapped now he took us up out of that. He's not drinking that hard.
A little bit of egg in it.
That was my Wakiki.
Yeah, I was thinking what that was.
Pass me over that non-branded water, will you, beside you? Because I'm going to need that now in a second. Here, go on. Your egg and bacon.
They're having that first domestic there.
So anyway, right? So
This relationship is
You're on,
spoiling.
you're on the couch tonight, my friend.
you'll be on it with me. Right, so like most people, like they do all these promotion things, and usually what these influencers get, they get I think roughly around 100 to 150 euros. They're just normal. They'll plug anything for like a 15-second Instagram thing, right?
Do you normally get a few free samples as well, or
Yeah,
whatever?
usually that's
Yeah.
what they get. But they go on like they're living this mad life, and they're and I'm not trying to like throw anybody under the bus or talk down or tell anyone that's not the way to do it. But as we were saying earlier on, like they sell their soul, and if they're making money and they're doing all right, that's fine. But what happens is at the part is that most other people, including myself, a lot of people would look at someone else's Instagram and would think that's how you're supposed to be in life and that's where you should be, and then that would put you down to be like, and make you feel like depressed about it, where like you look at them, they're living this Instagram fake life, and then you're sitting there at home, as you said, with his cornflakes and his press, like him going to Dubai. You're actually the other end of it. Actually, you are that person, But
Little cornflakes at that as well.
But most people, most of these ones, they're faking to live this life, and
Faking to make it.
I think we're all guilty of it somewhat,
No, they
though.
were a little bit,
Well, come
Yeah.
here, like to flip that though, like see the way you were saying, like this influencer life can kind of like it's misleading to people. Like people can go into like depression over it or something because of that. Would you not like? This isn't having a go, but like when you done California and like the likes of Geordie Shore and all, that's very much the same.
That's what I said. I fell into that trap before as well. Like, I mean, I was, as you probably saw on Instagram, as we talked about how much I hated the after
Yeah, no,
effects
we know
of
that, yeah.
and how much I despised every bit of it. But that doesn't look like that on Instagram, because that's what everyone does, and that's what happens to everybody. No one puts their bad days on
But
Instagram.
tell me, do you regret not doing that? Because I do. I put my bad days on Instagram. I'm not ashamed of
I
it.
don't. I tell you the truth. I wouldn't be as confident putting up stuff of your bad days, because look, we all have them. Like, that's the thing.
Exactly.
Everyone's
But you
down.
feel much better when you do, but
You would, maybe, but for me, it's not. for me, it's not a persona that I try to live. I used to try.
It's
to
your
live that
ego.
persona. Maybe it is. It
No,
could be.
it is your ego,
I
100%.
just don't feel like I want to tell anyone like, hey, I'm having a bad day. I never get on. I never talk and go, I'm having a
I
great
know,
day.
but I tell you why.
Whenever I say I'm having a bad day, that's my way of doing it.
I'll tell you what. Tell me if I'm wrong, right? A good example of that is when I put up a post. I had a person text me saying, "You're looking for attention," and it's people like I was looking for attention. That's why I put it up, right? I was looking for attention, but it's people like that make people avoid putting it up. Do you know what I mean? What's wrong with someone looking for attention? What's wrong with that? It's a cry for help. That's exactly what they need. So why are you slagging them for looking for what they need? Do you understand? No, you're not. I know that.
She got aggressive there. He was frowning.
Looking at me.
Oh my God.
I frown all the time.
Man, they were looking at me. I was telling them to grab onto him.
I don't know I can protect you when I try.
My heart was racing in my chest watching that on the cameras.
That was a bit of a moment. All right, Jay. Okay, Jay.
No, but you know what I mean.
Where's my money?
I think everyone deals with things differently.
No, they do 100%,
They do, like,
and you have to
like,
take that in
But I'm
consideration.
being
as
honest
well.
with you, when I say that to you, is like I'm not really one of these people that show me feelings at all. Like and it's not that I'm a guy. I just don't feel like I don't tell people when I'm happy, but when I'm down. Do you know who knows when I'm sad? The car, because I talk to myself all the time driving in the car. And
But that's a problem, mate.
no, it's not. How?
It is a problem
Someone said that
because
to me before, and they're the person that they go to see. No, they go see counselling, right?
yeah,
And they said to me, and there's nothing wrong. As I said, nothing wrong with that, but
Yeah.
that's how they deal with it. They deal with it.
everybody has their own coping
Interesting.
mechanism.
I completely understand what you're saying. That's how you deal with
I
it.
deal with it that way. That's how I do it.
I
yeah.
understand that, but that's still like in a way keeping it to yourself. Do you understand what I'm
I
saying?
think some people can. I think.
And I agree with that as well. But if you don't try to open up and have the conversation with someone that you wouldn't normally do, you don't know how better you can feel. Is what I'm trying to say.
Maybe it could be there's something like that, but I just think, as we touched on the last time we were here, I mean, you know,
And there's a lot of people that agree with what you're saying. By the way,
I mean, like everybody has bad days. This is like, so as we said last day, everyone talks about that they label themselves as I
Yeah,
have this.
I'm
I
big
have
on that.
I have this.
Mm.
I have depression. I have anxiety. And look at again. I know a lot of people do have these things, and this is the thing. But that's the problem, is that because so many people are labeling their bad days as
Yeah.
I've got anxiety.
you can't
I've
just
got-
have
And
a
like-
bad day.
and that is
people
the thing.
The people that have actually anxiety and depression, you're just another
Yeah.
person that says that. You know.
Mm.
And that's-
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I agree as well, because I think it's mad as well when you look at social media. Like nearly every second page now on Instagram or something is like a mental health page or something like that, and it's to encourage people, and that's brilliant. It is. It's
the awareness
important.
is what we're happy with. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and it's about time that that's happening. But at the same time, like you said, it is so like 1 in 5 people have fucking. Like,
There's a
depression
lot
or
of
mental-
people taking advantage of it.
Yeah, I agree, and that's
Exactly.
my thing.
Yeah.
I've been in a place before where like fuck, I'm just not happy, whatever. But I was never at a point where I was like end of life. This shit's like I'm done. I'm checking out. I'm just having a bad time.
Mm.
It doesn't mean my mental health is bad.
Well,
You know what I mean?
that's the bad side of it. Like you said, Mark, there is a lot of people that are going through shit and they will just label it just because they see other people that have similar things that label it, but yet they're going through it every day. You're probably having a bad week even. You're allowed to have a bad week. But I think that's what really affects it as well. Like, I have never been diagnosed with depression, with anxiety, any of that. And I guarantee you I probably have them all. But I don't like labelling that because... Not for a manly feeling or that, and I just don't like labelling that. And I'm a true believer that you can fix yourself no matter what. You don't need tablets, and I know that's going to cause a stir as well, but I don't believe in tablets. I believe
Right,
in...
so if you-
I don't even exercise, but when I do...
You have a bad day, how do you deal with it? We'll all go around and tell everyone how do you deal with it, because we all deal with it different ways. And you'd say that person's depressed, and I would say, like, so I'll say my one, right? How I do it is that I'm training since I'm 12 years of
Yeah.
age, and when I was younger I trained just for looking good. Now I train genuinely for my head. And when I say genuinely for my head, is
Like that.
I'll have a fight
Looking
with
good
Charlotte.
didn't work for you, that's why.
But like, that's why I have an argument with Charlotte, right? And I go
Yeah.
to the gym. I think I said this last day. I was hungover, I can't remember. But I'd have the clarity of when you come back. And so for my whole life, I've had. I heard you talk about was it wait, endorphins the other day.
Yeah.
Endorphins, not a chemical. Endorphins, all of them.
Ah, bollocks.
Yeah, you fucked it up. You fucked it
the
up.
cat-
I
Sorry,
did
you
mess
fucked
it up.
it up.
The scientist is here,
I was
Marc.
reading
Right,
it on my
Marc.
sheet.
So dopamine and serotonin and norepinephrine is the one I think I missed, right?
I need you in my next video.
So all these things, are good, happy hormones and stuff like that. But so someone who's been on a high, let's say they take drugs, and they're on a high where their serotonin level. So what actually happens chemically, right? It's in your brain. Now I hope I don't fuck this up, right? So you've got like let's say you've got your serotonin stores, right, or your dopamine storage, and you just have to take it. Let's just say it's a fluid. I'm trying to give you a visual here of what it looks like, right?
Simplify.
And your body, your brain does all these triggers, as you said, does something like going to the gym, eating nice food, like has caffeine, does all these things, has sex, any of these things that will convert that serotonin to dopamine, and dopamine makes you happy, right? But there's only so much storage. So what happens when you use it all up? So let's say you take drugs. What drugs will do, like let's say like any of these drugs that will be that would convert that faster. What they do is they will hold open the operon, let's say, that would stop your body from not releasing this or converting this into dopamine. So it stays on. It's like leaving a tap on.
Yeah.
The storage goes like this, and it's gone. You've used all your serotonin, dopamine, turned it. There's nothing left. So then you lose that ability then to be happy over the littlest of things because you've nothing left. You take about 3 to 4 days for it to fill back up, so you can actually start feeling happy again. And that's what happens.
Are you? I just want to clarify something here. Are you saying that there's tablets out there that can bring that back up?
No,
or
what they do is they've got beta blockers. So what beta blockers do is they stop you feeling anything.
Right.
So then you've got other ones then that, like, there's ones that can replace it and try it, but then you're like this, and that's the problem, is that it's all over the place and you're uneasy.
Yeah.
I missed where I was going with that one.
Sorry, that's my
Just that
fault.
line.
I do it
Sorry.
all the time.
Sorry.
I apologise.
Sorry. So I said to you, I have this kind of, maybe it's a theory, I don't know, but my whole life I've trained, so I'm used to having high amounts of dopamine.
Yeah, a lot of storage.
Yeah, my dopamine receptors are active constantly all the time. So for me, if I don't go to the gym on a day, I am sad because I'm so used to having dopamine being here all the time. Now my dopamine is down here because I don't have that fix.
Yeah.
So it's like a junkie in a way, like, or a drug addict, sorry. But like it's genuinely like that for me. So I mean, my idea, that's how I deal with me when I wake up sometimes, or the other one then is to keep myself busy. If you leave me sitting there for long enough, I start thinking about all the things that I'm not good at, all the things that I fell short with in life, everything. But if you keep me busy, I even just hoover and clean the gaff, washing dishes.
Yeah.
It's when you stop and think, you compare yourself to other people. Again, I'm not a doctor of what's the word of psychology. I don't know anything about that. I know chemistry, biochemistry. That's it. But when it comes to, like, you know, psychology, I really have no really kind of. I just have my own idea.
You have your
of what
own
it is.
perception, yeah.
But that's how I deal with it.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you, everybody else deals with it differently.
That is a very
Sorry,
good
just
way
talk
to
for
deal
This
with
is
it.
why you shouldn't have me on. Be another 4
No,
hours.
but the thing is, you're 100% right. You are right. Exercise is the main thing to get you feeling better again. I know that. It's the getting out part that people struggle with, though. Like, I'm a fucker. When I go for a run or a walk, I fucking love it when I'm doing it. But it's getting to go for that run or walk
I'm
that
the
I
exact
struggle
same.
with. Do you
Exact
know what I
same.
mean? Now, obviously, everyone is different, but that's a very good question. So, you go to the gym when you're feeling shit, when you're having a bad day.
No, I go gym all the time, no matter what.
Right.
So
What do you do on your bad day?
On my
then?
bad day, I make sure I'm busy. Like, I do something. I go out on a hike with Charlotte. I do something like, and as you said, you don't like going out. The gym for me is like it's from when I go to the
It's
gym.
a part of your day.
It
has to happen.
I have to go.
Yeah.
It's literally. I know it sounds really kind of cliche saying this. It is my medicine. I
Yeah,
go
no,
and-
that's 100%. A lot of people agree with you.
And I know there's a lot of people like that, but like there's times there, let's just say, so I can't go training every single day. I train Monday to Friday, but let's say the weekend I get up and just days you just get up and you know your day is going to go badly because or you're going to go into this you feel it because you sit there and you kind of go, okay, I'm not being productive. I've kind of walked around the house. I've kind of went to make food. I've kind of sat down. You don't really have an appetite. You're half doing everything. So when I feel like I'm doing that, I go, right, Shar, what do you want to do something? And we go and we pick a mountain. I know it sounds crazy. We pick a mountain and go, let's do it. You do it, and it's just something random to do during the day because you're trying not to go on the
Yeah,
drink.
no,
You're trying
100%.
not to go on the drink. You're trying not to go do something stupid, you know, and going out because once you go out with the lads for one drink, it's never one drink, and then
No.
you,
And
then
it
you
never
get
will
out
be.
the
Or
next
down the
day.
studio for an hour. That's never an hour. Especially when Mark keeps on talking. Martin, what do you do on your bad
I
day?
think that's interesting what you just said there. I just make an observation on that. I think like one that obviously you're holding that right now. My My science is off. I forgot he was. He's just at a fucking. But you're keeping high levels of dopamine. Have I got that right?
Yeah.
And like the overarching thing that I got from what Mark just said is he has fantastic habits. His habit is to go to the gym every day, at least Monday to Friday. So he's given himself a fighting chance.
100%.
Whereas with people with bad habits,
Yeah.
when you got bad habits, you're in trouble.
Like Ed Sheeran.
You're in big trouble. Like
You said that joke last time.
Oh no, yeah,
dear.
that's twice.
Okay.
The ultimate dad joke. The ultimate dad
Jay
joke.
had a little smirk. Martin had a little laugh as well.
Nice.
Fuck you, Mark.
Fuck you, Natasha.
Yeah, I was
Sorry, I got that wrong. Come here.
That's your. You
No,
say that as often.
I was going to interrupt you. I'm going to let you finish. Sorry.
Yeah, no, and do fuck you, Natasha, because I hope she remembers. I haven't forgotten what you've said to me. But no, look, you know, when I'm out on my habits now, my routine, I'm gonna have a lot of bad days. That's the way it is, you know. Like I think the key things that for me, anyway, personally, I don't know what other people think, but for me, the way I have, you know, sustain a good, solid base of happiness, and we'll call it whatever you want to call it, mental health, whatever. You know, I need to be exercising, even if that's like, you know, an hour walk a day. I need to be drinking 2 litres of water. I need to be eating decent food. I need to be not drinking too much alcohol, and also consuming positive information. So I find that, you know, if you read like just 10 pages of a self-development book or something along those lines every day, you're gonna. I mean, it's transformational, you know. I think it takes 69 days to form a habit, something like that. 66, 69.
Okay, something like that.
Something like that.
That's psychology again, isn't it?
All right.
It's not like
Look at that, Mark.
Great number, though.
I was just thinking that.
Fantastic.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
68.
No,
What
explain.
do you mean? I'll owe you one.
All right. I like that one.
Nice. So yeah, that's it. That's basically it. I think habits are the core of well-being.
Yeah.
Jay, what about you?
I think if I'm ever going through like a bad phase, like to where I'm really down on myself and it just like my head's getting the better of me, the best thing for me, and like it's not to the extent of the two boys around, but for me it's headphones, music, go out on a walk, and I love being by the water. Like whether it's fucking a lake in Corker Park or whether it's out by bleeding Hout or something, do you know what I mean?
You wouldn't walk
Me-
all the way to Corker Park.
Would you believe I have actually?
I'm only joking.
Oh yeah, I actually have many a time.
You like being on your own then. So you when you're down, do you want to be on your own?
Yeah, I'm
That'd
better
be, I'd be
because
the opposite. I would.
but see, for me, it's like when I'm in a bad headspace and you know someone's trying to give. Like I feel like I'm really good at giving advice, but taking it, I'm the worst. And I don't like when I'm in a bad headspace. I don't like hearing something that I'm not ready to hear yet. You know what I mean? I need to get out of that before I can be like, no, I know you're right. You know. So for me, like I've had bad phases before where I've just like my head's really got the better of me and I've questioned things and I've questioned life and I've questioned stuff. And I think like I remember one time I all I needed to do was just be by the water, and I just sat there. I had these on. These went dead. Well, not these particular. You went dead, and I just sat there and listened to the water. I drank a coffee, and it was just relieving. You know what I mean? I just felt like my shoulders were easing. You know what I mean? And that's just my thing. I found that worked, and if ever I felt in that headspace again, I knew what worked for me, and I go and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That goes now to what all of us three different things. Now, there is one thing in common: we all have to have a habit, or we like our thing that we go to. As you said, some people. Like I wouldn't want to talk out and tell someone. Like, wouldn't make me. I just that's not my go-to to make me feel better. I know what makes me. I know what my coping mechanism is, and I think a lot of people don't know what their coping mechanism is. So they don't know what it is. So they haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
Like, but that's what we're all saying is that everybody, even Martin hasn't told us yet, but we'll get into his. I mean,
Thanks, lads.
every one of us have something, but I think people that deal with problems. Again, this is only what I think. I think the people that deal with problems have found what works for them, and that's, and as we said, for me, it's working out for himself. Is as you said, reading a book or having his habits for yourself. Going just you're happy. I know it sounds a bit stupid. Your happy place, kind of like. Okay,
it is, yeah. It's a good
headphones
thing,
on, music on, coffee, and a calming setting away from everybody. Me, like, as I said, I would like to be around people. Then you said you like to talk to people. Maybe that's me just being around them. Is kind of similar.
No,
to what it is?
100%. Like I don't know what. Being honest, I don't know what it is for me either, because I still struggle. But I know in the light of this setting. So I remember I was in a very dark place there a while ago. Me and Jay are actually working on a big project to kind of talk about it more. But
Yeah, but just move forward a little bit. Will you? Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah. And I came down and done a podcast. And when this isn't a big plug of the podcast, or this is like, do you know what I mean?
No, go on.
But when I came down here and done the podcast, I forgot about everything for that short amount of time. But then when I left the studio, it all came back again. Do you know what I mean? So I think maybe I think I need to be around people. I think it's the safest bet.
I'm saying it from being in your space. I think you do, because you're away from it. Like, you forget about it. And because I've seen both. I've seen you in this setting when we're talking to people. It's like there's not a problem in the world. And then I've seen the second the guest goes. Like, I've seen it.
It's
so
mad.
Yeah.
It's really mad.
Like, this is meant for you. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, that's brilliant. Then but then you see, you're kind of finding what you're good. So we agree. He likes being on his own. I'm getting you do like being on your own because you want to do your own kind of thing. Me and you like to be around people. So now we have the divider here. Let's go, Martin.
Oh,
Let's
pressure.
go, Marto.
Which one do you do?
He's just
Around
gonna.
people?
I know what he's gonna say.
What am I
I'll
gonna
just
say?
go.
What am I going to say?
Let him say it.
Jim.
No, let him say it.
No,
No,
I'm gonna let you
Let
say
him
it.
say it.
Well, I kind of agree mostly with a little bits that Jay said, and then bits the two lads over there said. So if you're talking about just splitting whether it's on your own or not, I'd like to be on my own. But in terms of when you're at your best, I do think it's habit forming, and it depends on what the habit is. So I personally think you're at the best. I'm at my best when I'm committed to the gym long term, like 9 months, 6 days a week sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I just think, like, as fellas, we're hardwired to feel better after things like that. Like, growing up, you're always impressed by people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, The Rock. It's just the way we are. Like, you look at them people, there's something to that. Like, we have evolved, survival of the fittest. I think we're hardwired to try and be an alpha at all times, you know what I mean? And yet physically is the easiest way to do that. Not the easiest way, but it's the most imposing way of doing that. So I think just as lads, we're hardwired to need that kind of stuff in our life, do you know what I mean? Like, it's weird. I think, like, every kid you talk to at some stage, it's The Rock. It's growing up for us, it was probably Arnie or something. You're just impressed by these people. So I always think, like, that's something to do with it. Like, me personally, I'm at my best when committed to that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But more to the point that you were saying, I'm going with Jay, I like to be on my own.
Yeah, see, that's
Go for a run, go to the gym.
The point where we got on from this is that Jay was saying to me, you'd feel probably better talking to someone.
Yeah.
I'm going,
I don't
feel
get,
better.
but at the same time, like, it's.
But this is what, if anyone is listening to this, is that don't go what I say, find out what you
Yeah,
want.
exactly.
Yeah.
None of us are right.
None
We're
of us
all
are
right. We're
That
all
was the
wrong.
point.
Like,
But
I'd
that-
be like
but that-
Marc,
but
head
that-
down,
but
soldier
that-
on.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that was my
I
point.
know.
That was my point, is that we're all everyone's different, but you just have to find, again, like Jay is, we have to find your happy place. What makes you happy? And then once you can do that, once you can do that, okay, right, let's just say you're having a bad day. Like, it's some people, they know when it's going worse than usual, and they go, okay. And the thing is that everyone thinks that it's everyone has these bad days. Everybody, no
Absolutely.
one's perfect, and no one sits there like rich people. Right? They don't sit there.
Big baller in Dubai.
They don't sit there every day and go, I've got the best. Well, actually, probably he does. But no, actually, probably he definitely does.
You see his card outside?
No, but I'm saying, is that banged up? Yeah.
It got smashed up the other night.
Yeah,
Yeah, someone
yeah,
smashed
yeah.
into it the other night. Yeah.
I was like, who smashed that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
It was him smashing Natasha over the
Poor
back of it. That's
fucker's
what it
car.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
get
got the
smashed
boom.
up and
No, yeah,
wheels.
vandalised, smashed up.
He got shot at through a bleeding car window.
Yeah, I
as well,
did
didn't
as
he?
well. Yeah.
I actually said it on the podcast.
Yeah,
I know, but see,
unbelievable. It's always when I'm in a car. What's the story? I'm gonna start taking the bus, lads.
You get your motorbike, man.
But
Yeah.
you know, I
He'll
said,
buy a
like,
tour bus.
everyone, I can't remember what I was saying. What was I going to say there? What was I saying there?
You were saying every
fuck
it's
rich
different.
people. fuck
Oh
with
yeah,
them.
Yeah,
so
rich
rich
people,
people
yeah.
like they and you've ever heard the thing, money doesn't give you happiness, but it makes things a lot easier.
It
A
does.
100%.
Oh
does.
yeah.
Oh, they have their problems too. Like, I mean,
100%.
everyone. Like, I know people that are nearly as rich as him, and they have the same problems. Like, and they would tell me
100%.
stuff, and I'm sitting there going, I always used to think when I was younger, like, so if I was to say, like, I'm just like, again, this is not me trying to be modest. This is not me trying to go, play it down. Genuinely, no matter what point in my life that I was at any point doing TV or doing whatever, at the end of the day, I was always like sitting there going, how the fuck am I doing this? Like, I'm just a normal bloke that, like, I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. I am waiting to be found out every time. I'm sitting there going, they're gonna know that I shouldn't be here. They're gonna like that. Like, and I used to think, money is what's gonna make me happy. Money's gonna make me happy, right? And then I had money. I'm not rich, right?
I don't know. He's not telling me he's doing well.
No, he's doing all right with
I'm
his
not
head.
rich, but you know what? For the first time in my life, I remember I used to go, I swear to God, lads, you'll laugh when I tell you this. I used to go food shopping, and I'd look at something, and if it was 50 cents cheaper, I would go with that one, even though I probably didn't even want to eat that. I probably want to eat the other thing.
Yeah.
When I'm buying clothes, for the first time in my life now, and I think I've heard this somewhere, so I'm robbing it when I say it, when I go to buy clothes, I don't look at the tag anymore.
Yeah, nice.
Like, I look at something now. I wouldn't go into Brown Thomas, you know. But I go into like a normal shop. Like
That short's about 800 euro.
Yeah, hold on. Speaking of clothes, you just look at the tag. Where'd you get that
that's a
short
deli
from?
short.
TK Maxx, baby.
Really?
No,
Class,
actually,
that
this
is.
one in particular. Now, I always shop in TK Maxx because you get nice stuff. But this one I got off a friend of mine.
I completely disagree with you. I fucking hate that shop.
Yeah, we walked in. Remember? And
I
you were
walk
getting
in,
out
I'm like, what the fuck is
Okay,
this
no.
getting me out of here?
So I only go to the shorts, right? And I know Marty Guilfoyle. He has these extravagant shorts, and I have short envy.
That's a
right?
DJ, is it?
Yeah, I love
Right.
him. But I have short envy, and I mailed him once. Where do you get the shorts? And then he said TK Maxx as well, and I was like, oh my god, so do I. And then I went down to TK Maxx, and I was like,
That, I have to say, that is a
I got this off a friend of
cracker.
mine at a rave. Actually.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm just not getting the vibe that me and you'll be able to pull that one off.
no, not my state anyway.
That's what I mean. You
If
know
I-
what I mean? Like, 'cause I mean that.
I like to
If I breathe in, I'm
I
weak.
just I wear especially
That was a joke.
stuff like this. Like I wear shorts and I try because I don't really get to, even when I'm going out with Charlotte, I try to dress up. The two of us do just because you don't get many nights. I'm always wearing t-shirts and tracksuit bottoms and
Gym clothes and all
like
that crap.
today.
The Ballymun McConaughey, what?
That's it. When I'm tan, it's matching.
What do you mean when you're tan? You're tan
I'm
there.
tan now. It's matching mahogany when I'm tan.
When's the last time you were on the beds, actually?
I only do them between. Honestly, no joke. If I was going to do beds or going away, it'd be. I say May, but I slip in the odd time in April.
Do me a
But I
favour.
I don't do them after September, and that's it.
Can you do me a big favour?
What?
Bring Martin with you next time.
I could really do with
Take
it.
him one of me.
I was laughing when you were saying
He's gonna have
Hiding.
hair like this.
Hiding from the sun, dude. But I'd love a head of hair like that.
Alright.
Look at that thing.
Smell it, though.
Jeez.
Smell it.
What's it smell like?
Smells like Natasha's
Coconuts.
gooch.
Where have you been, Marc? Huh?
Oh my god, did I just say that? It smells lovely. It
Speaking
smells lovely.
of hair, right? We were talking before the cameras went live. Everyone's gonna think this is me bringing it back up, though. The whole bald situation.
Yeah,
So you were saying the boys were
Oh,
saying
yeah.
to me that
our balls.
they moisturise the balls.
Right. So this is the thing for the guys.
There's a ball perfume there. We're seeing that.
I think that's like
You want to get some
dried
sugar
out.
on that.
Anything with alcohol's going to dry it out. And we both just said, if you like, look, do you ever see bloke? Well, I don't know why the umphas have the hand.
Don't start making this wank. This is gonna be wanking thing 2.0 now. Go on, do it.
I don't
You
think
might
we
as
do.
well do it with the nicer shirt on.
You know, you're sitting there sometimes, and you just scratch like that. You know, why have I got itchy balls?
Yeah.
It's usually, honestly, is that they're dry. So you just have to get moisturizer. Now, obviously, if they're dirty, they're probably itchy for a different reason. But I'm saying, if you're after having a shower and you're sitting there and you've got itchy balls, just whip a little moisturizer out and moisturize them, and that itch is gone because they're dry. That's why they're cracking.
Yeah, but see, it never works for me because if I do that, I do it after a shower, and then all of a sudden, when I'm doing that,
Oh, I
then
know
all
where
of a
this is
sudden,
going.
yeah, do you know what I mean?
Your hand
And I'm
just
like,
moves
ah,
further
yeah.
up.
Are you hearing?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Oh,
Before you know it, your phone's in your hands.
Are you hairy down there?
Martin, Martin, send me that picture of Natasha.
Yes, sir.
Bald.
That'll do.
yeah. And anyway, to answer
Get
your
your
question,
shoe
no,
alone, eat
No,
nice.
they seem very gone completely off it. Hairy or shaved.
Me, or I'm completely Mac 3. I told the boys the
Mach
game changer.
3.
Game changer.
Before,
Ga-
actually, yeah.
Don't be afraid of it, lads. There's all protection units in them blades.
No, you've got straight hair. If you've got curly hair, you get ingrown hairs.
Oh my god.
Look, everyone gets ingrown
no,
hairs.
but you'd be susceptible to them more because you've got. So we would be.
You've
if I've curly hair, you're fucking for real. What have you got?
Nothing.
Where'd you get that from?
If you must know, Turkey, Istanbul,
You got me
3
thinking
grand.
there.
Did you?
Hey, we go over swap.
It was Dr. Seuss's, remember?
Yeah.
You might have more of it, but his is more expensive.
How much did you pay there? Beautiful.
I got them for free.
Yeah. Fuck.
You got them for free.
Free.
An
Yeah.
ad.
No. What happened was, I remember I went over and I remember I told you I had the first one broken, and I went over to get that one done. And then your man said to me, someone was outside and said, "Oh my God, there's your man." That's probably the only good thing that ever happened from
Happy
California.
days.
Right.
And your mum said, "Oh my God, you famous?" Something just went along with it. Yeah. Do you want to get all your teeth done? Sure.
Happy
And
days.
Yes.
And we can just pick a picture.
See, no
of you.
regrets.
That's the only good thing with that and Charlie.
No, but
That's a gift.
I don't, like, Mac 3 is, am I the only one that Mac 3 is?
No, I
don't
have
like
a what's it called, a manscaper thing.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we need that
that
I've got
leaves-
as well.
That
I've got
leaves,
that as well.
that leaves stubble.
No, yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
well,
but
My dick is literally like the palm of my hand.
And if it
Smooth
look-
as fuck.
if it's
a
small-
bird's giving me head, she doesn't get bleeding
okay,
tore
okay.
out of it.
whoa.
Right.
I've got a
See-
little 3mm blade that I just run along there, you know what I mean? And it's, you know, it leaves just a little bit of
Now, see,
hair.
I've-
It's it looks, you know, it still looks like you're
No.
You shave a
You're,
ball like that, it's like turkey giblets.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
honest to
Like,
God.
and
Listen,
that's not
No,
what
I know. We said about this. I do not think willies look
Awful.
attractive. In
I
any
don't know.
way.
I personally think mine's
Well,
fantastic.
No,
look like a
mine
sea
is
slug.
definitely
I
the
love
best
mine.
looking
A
now
sea slug
after
with
judging by what
brains.
you was saying.
No,
No,
mine,
Gary.
mine is head and
Okay,
shoulders
so I'm
above the
probably
rest of us.
older. Well, I'm definitely older than all you. You know what happens when you get old?
Yeah, no, we found out your
Your
age.
balls hang lower, and he just looks like a turkey. That's all it looks like. It looks like a fucking turkey hanging out.
And imagine
Happy
all
Christmas.
clean shaven and white
Yeah, it
pale
is,
skin.
it
Like
is.
a big turkey thing.
Well,
Just
okay,
clattering off a
little
chin.
bit, I'm a little bit not pale, but so
Listen.
maybe it looks a little bit better.
I don't know. Look,
turkey balls.
Asha Bo, does she like hearing them out? Because
Yeah.
I know all the girls I was
jeez.
I
with.
always
didn't.
say to Emma, will I shave it? And she prefers it a little bit.
She prefers a
A
little
little
bit.
bit.
Well, I don't know.
I have a feeling we're
isn't
getting a text off Mark and saying, lads, edit that part out.
Yeah.
I was listening.
No way.
Tough. It's not happening.
Please take that out.
Right, so,
No,
so
I have a clippers for the old pubiscus region. Do you know what I mean?
Nice, yeah,
And then
nice.
the balls
use
are
on your bleeding face, will you? I'm sick of telling you.
Ah, shut the fuck up. And
I
then
can't
balls completely.
His beard, right?
Smooth.
His beard would look pristine every time if he
Pristine.
just kept.
That's a new word he's at the links. He's used it twice tonight.
Well, no, you should tidy it, obviously.
Yeah,
No,
I
he
do.
doesn't. He do look at the state of the neck.
Shut the
leave
fuck
him
up.
alone.
Clean.
Leave
Look
him
at the state of your
alone.
head.
It's his beard.
Yeah,
Let him
the
do what he
state of
wants.
it.
Leave it out.
Yeah, ding
You
ding. Ah, here.
Ah,
leave it
leave
out.
out.
What's wrong
Leave
with
it
me
out.
now?
Ah,
Leave it out.
What's wrong with my head?
just ticks.
You literally just got
Right,
a
lads,
fucking
we're
blade
shouting at each
all
other
over.
here.
So
Do you know what I mean?
I could do that, what you did with your
Yeah,
hair,
but the heck of
without the
that.
drive-ins.
What did you do last time when you went and got your fade? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I look
You-
good.
Yeah, you did. And then you go back to looking like a fucking a ball. Do you know what I mean? The state of it.
That was the worst.
No, but like,
Slagging ever.
legit, like you literally look like a hairy set of balls with that. Like there's no shape to it. Nothing.
How can
There's
I
no
look like a
style.
set of balls if I've one head?
You get me point.
No, I
Jason.
don't. 2 versus 1.
Fuck you.
You could
All
have
right,
got...
lads. So,
having it the
yous moisturise your balls.
We're like the
anyway.
kids
Right.
scared in the corner.
I'm sitting there going,
Mommy,
God,
Daddy,
I think it's going a bit
please.
wrong.
Jay, you could have gone with Mexican Rick Ross or something.
Yeah, that was brutal. We leave him.
So you two
Whatever.
finish days. I think your hair looks lovely. Don't mind them.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah, his hair's fine. I
lovely.
didn't say anything about his hair.
And
His
I
big
can't grow
dirty
a
neck.
beard, so I have a bit
No,
of
you've
beard
said
and
it now,
beard
Jake.
again.
There's
I know.
no we can do.
I shave like once a week, and all I get is like I get
Heartbreak.
just
Same,
two
bro.
sides there, and me lip. I look at a little Italian. I do. But the thing is, I have a big. I swear to God, a serious finger space between the middle. It grows nothing. So just grow these two little yolks like this, and they grow.
Is that
Your man from the Adams family.
is that an
name
opposite version
Gomez.
of
Gomez. Yeah, man, that's so bad. And it's like I remember I grew it out one time. All lads, grow it, Mark. You look great with yolks. I have a big fucking square chin. I tried to hide it if I could grow a beard. I grew it out, and I look like Team America. Fuck yeah, you know he sticks
Yeah,
things in your face. That's what I grow.
I look like I'm wearing hairy leggings when I have no socks on because from wearing socks to bed all the time,
That's disgusting.
it
I wear
stopped
me
me.
socks to bed.
I think that's a
me
genetic,
hair
no,
stopped
no,
growing.
No, I think that's a genetic thing.
Is
a
it?
genetic thing. Yeah, my dad has that as well. I didn't get it. It looks like so he's have hairy legs, and where his socks would be usually
Yeah, it just stops.
baldy.
Yeah.
And I know a few lads in the army had the same thing. I always think it was something weird. It's like, what's that? Because I don't have any hair on my chest, not by choice. Back, no, I've no hair.
Blessed.
I have a little, I've the
So
like
lucky.
tiniest amount on my legs. I mean, when I say tiniest, like girls out there, you probably hate me because I do not have to shave my legs and I fuck all hair.
That's a blessing.
But one thing I do get here, me fucking gooch. What's the story?
Yeah,
with
see, I'm not a
Early
master of
gooch.
shaving the arse or the gooch. Do you know what I mean?
you have to get a wax.
Get the undercarriage.
I'm not getting a fucking
Yeah,
wax.
that's
That's nothing like it.
Yous are gonna slate me
you alright?
again. I might trim
waxing-
my arse as well.
No, I would
could
if I
wax
don't. If
me
I can't
balls.
get a wax.
No,
No, not
no.
your balls. Not your
No, the
balls.
gooch.
No, I've
No.
done it. I've had to do it.
You've
No,
done it?
I've had to do it yet. Lad, it don't happen. See when you whip off the wax, your balls elasticate and come back, and they just.
You got your balls waxed.
Oh my
Like
god.
Dumb and Dumber's tongue.
Ass crack and sack, yeah.
Oh no.
Back in the day, back in the
No,
dancing
no,
days, but man, it was,
no.
just wasn't.
Oh,
worth
yeah,
it.
you
back in the
nearly,
dancing
you
days.
need, yeah, but that would justify it.
It wasn't worth the pain, man. It was not worth the pain. Like you were in
No
bits.
way.
And then
So
I just-
there's where the Mach 3 would have came in use for you then.
No, I've got curly hair, so if I Mac 3,
Oh, right,
I
okay.
get no. But I look, as I said, like a brunch.
Laser, was that ever
Yeah.
an option?
Uh,
Back over to your man in Turkey. Here,
No,
but there's
my
another
mate's
job I
got-
want.
No, my mate's got the laser done, and I think after, I'm not sure, but I think after time it comes back, and you have to get so many things. But look, I just, you know, man, I don't get enough hair to actually do it, like, because I just don't have a lot of hair
Yeah,
at all.
well,
You're lucky.
that life is
Yeah.
gone.
You're
Anyway.
lucky.
Savage
Yeah,
that is.
exactly. Like, you know,
I remember I shaved my hole once and I swear to God for about 3 weeks that thing like
Itch.
so fucking itchy.
That's painful.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
That's because
What
walk
did,
around
you, what did you shave it with though?
I had a razor.
Electric
Yeah,
razor.
Mark 3, but the reason why is because your hair. So let's say your hair is curly.
Yeah,
right?
it's
So if you're taking the top layer of that, the skin will heal over it. Your hair is not strong enough because it's
to
curly,
break through.
and it bends, goes back in. Your hair is straight and coarse. So it just
We should have him back just for random facts.
Yeah, these are good.
You know
These
what
are
I mean?
good.
Oh, yeah, Martin
They're
hasn't
gonna
said
find
that
out
on this
making
show,
it
so
all
we
up.
cover
I
place.
have a big hairy back if anyone wants to know about that. And it's just
Show us.
oh Jesus, I couldn't get that out. But I'm
Well,
saying
mine's the
sometimes
same.
they just drop in, get the outfit and say, "Here, will you shave me?"
Yeah,
hairy
that's
back?"
what we did. We get me brother to do
Actually,
it.
no, I know we're talking about science thing, but I saw him talking about he actually did a post the other day. And he was talking about serotonin and stuff like
I
that.
didn't have a clue what I was talking about.
No, but the thing is, why we consider him not an influencer, but a.
Well, he is
Would
somewhat.
an
I'm not
influencer?
an influencer.
No,
No,
you're not
I'm
one
a
of these-
man about
you're
town.
Not, you're not one of these going. You're not one of these people going. Oh look, I just got my stuff in pennies, and you got it all for €50.
No, never.
I heard you didn't follow him the early days. then.
Never,
He
never.
used to do penny hauls and all.
Did you?
What's penny? No, I didn't. No. I never got into all that. No, I did. I used to host a game show on Facebook on Monday night for the crack, just for the
I
banter.
think
You
you're
know
good.
what I mean?
I think it'd be good. Like I say to people all the time, like some people are leaders. Some people, like I'm a sheep. I just like doing my own thing. I don't like. I know it sounds you're gonna laugh at me to say I don't like confrontation. I know when someone says to me something different, I'm just like in work even. Let's say
Okay.
I'm just like, okay, yeah, no worries. And I'm kind of, rabbit, you're a dick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I think you'd be really kind of good. Like I love watching your stuff because you're entertaining.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, that's it. No, I still think okay. I'll give you a
He,
pass.
you know what he'd be a
I
cracker
love
for?
this guy.
Something like what was that show where someone came down the fucking escalator and
Take me out.
take me out,
He's
something
on
like
that,
that.
wasn't he?
He'd be a
They
cracker for
fucking-
something
They
like
got
that.
me on
Were you
to
you on that one, weren't you?
First dates it was.
Oh,
Four
sorry,
states,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry. I got them mixed up.
And
sorry.
when I was in Dubai, the producer from RTE got in touch and said they're doing an OnlyFans documentary, and could I go on
Do you have
and do an interview? And I was like, what the fuck do I know about OnlyFans? Do you know what I mean?
Would you not
Apart
set
from the
one up?
subscriptions
So
that you
I
have.
spent about 2 hours researching the business structure and all, and went on and talked absolute shit.
They make a
And
lot.
it'll be out soon
they
on
make-
Oh, you
RTE.
went on it,
Oh, I
did you?
did. I did a documentary
Oh
on
my God.
OnlyFans. Yeah, it actually happened. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm allowed to talk. Well, it doesn't
Hold
matter
on,
anyway.
you have an OnlyFans, do you?
Oh God, no! Who would subscribe to that?
Jay Farrow would.
I love you.
How much is an OnlyFans subscription?
Whatever you want it to
Whatever
be.
you
I
want
think
it, yeah.
the minimum is
Yeah.
like $6
And how
or
do-
something.
Right, so
€3.
here's
Jade
a question.
now.
Here's a question I have to ask. How do they pay tax? Now I know it sounds really stupid.
Ah, same
Depends
for
on your-
Van Rose.
depends on your tax
you just
residency.
have to
doesn't it?
get married.
What?
Depends.
I don't know. According to
does.
her, she doesn't pay tax. Oh, she's paying tax, and then the tax man came, and then I'm probably speaking out. But fuck her.
Well done, Jay. That's some editing to do now.
Oh,
talk
this
to
is
you
yeah.
now.
Oh, no, yeah,
Leave it in.
yeah.
Expect
in.
another phone call.
She
Intro
actually,
when
that
I saw
girl,
you.
he's talking about Ava Van
So-
Rose, isn't it?
Ava Van
She looks a
Titties.
lot like Natasha.
Oh, does he?
She looks, yeah, she actually does look
So
a lot
Jay-
like Natasha.
Jay,
So was
Can
it
I
one?
answer that question as well?
yeah.
No, it wasn't. Well, I don't think it was. The body work looked about the same.
Body
But
work.
no, I don't. But I
I'm
don't
staying
think
out of
so.
this.
I don't think so. And Ava follows me on Instagram since that show. So hi Ava, if you're watching this, if you ever want to get a drink sometime, just let me know. And anyway, as I was saying, so about the tax stuff,
Yeah.
not financial advice. So if they're like residents in a tax-free zone, like Dubai, for instance.
Hold
Well,
on. They're tax free.
Dubai is tax-free.
Oh no,
yeah.
I don't.
No fucking wonder he went there.
No, I know what. Yeah, that's why you went. No, I'm saying the OnlyFans thing a day.
But hold
No,
on.
no, it doesn't go like that, right? Here's the way
Sorry,
it goes.
You know this stuff.
So
sorry.
OnlyFans, right? These creators on OnlyFans, right? Creators. Show lovely snaps. Go on,
That's what
all
they call
yours.
the surgeons.
That's
you might
all
think.
yours now, Mark. we're gonna have a few points together. I can't wait.
Eggs,
It's the egg in there. It's your egg.
Oh,
It's
thanks.
your. I never imagined I'd be sitting here
Hit me lip.
eating Mark O'Neill's egg.
I think
You
that's
know what
my
I mean?
cue to take a piss.
That's what that is. But
You go toilet already.
I need to, man. I'm after swallowing
You
a
need a
Red
wee
Bull
wee.
and that bleeding fucking
Brilliant.
Wakiki.
Go on.
50 minutes
I'm
now.
squashed in there.
do we continue?
50
Yeah,
minutes.
continue,
We
yeah.
continue.
Keep rolling.
So, right, love you, Jay. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah. So the creators are seen as like self-employed people, right?
Yeah.
So depending
Which
on
they are.
which they are.
I'm sorry.
They
I'm
absolutely
gonna-
are.
I'm not being. I'm okay. I'm
Yeah.
ignorant. I don't know.
No,
Who
yeah.
are the creators?
So
The
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 surgeons.
girls who do
The
on the
girls,
show.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's basically
They're the
like
creators,
their
right.
Instagram, for example.
Right.
It's like an Instagram account, except it's
That's
on
what it is.
OnlyFans.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I know it is. I wasn't sure when you said creators. I thought you were talking about somebody else. Sorry. Go
oh
ahead,
yeah, no, same thing. Like that's what I think that's the correct terminology anyway. That they're known as, someone
Yeah.
who has known as a creator.
Mm.
So you know, let's say me as someone who say lives in Dubai starts an OnlyFans account and 5 young ones subscribe to it, very unlikely by how an hour, and whatever money I make on that, that's my personal self-employed income. So depending on where I live, those tax laws will govern the amount of tax that's paid on that income. Do you get me?
Right, so when you were working in Dubai, you weren't paying tax?
Well, no,
You're
I won't
registered
talk
there.
about my own tax
No,
situation.
but if you had registered yourself there to work in there, yeah, that's what a lot of musicians do, don't they? They have all,
Yeah.
like Bono is registered.
Offshore
in-
companies and all that
Bono
sort of
doesn't
stuff.
pay
Amsterdam
tax
or
in
something,
Ireland. Yeah, somewhere. I
Yeah.
know somewhere in the Netherlands or somewhere. I'm guessing it's somewhere. I'm not saying I know, but I'm from what rumours I've heard. I know he doesn't pay tax here.
Yeah.
So he does it in one other country that he gets tax
Right.
break.
So like if they
Yeah.
make 40 grand, then they're on the 40% tax bracket.
but
Like over here.
who else does somewhere else does it? Portugal do it. As Portugal do it as well, didn't they? Someone went over. If you in the Algarve, a lot of them, if you make over a certain amount of money, you don't pay tax. Well, it's to invite people to come over to retire.
Yeah.
So people come over. If you come over here, you can get a house. Don't have to pay
Yeah.
tax on it. You don't have to do this, and you have an income or your pension or whatever you've got.
Yeah.
So I couldn't understand that part. But I just wasn't sure with the whole OnlyFans, because you just always say like, look, I know a lot of people that have an OnlyFans, and they all seem to all have a council gaff.
Yeah,
I used to always, and that's
yeah.
not to try slag anyone. That's not to try
I
get
mean-
anybody in trouble. I used to always say, how would they not get caught? Because when I was doing the dancing,
Yeah.
I-
They're cleaning up. They're
no,
making
I
serious
got away
bread.
with it. I got away for ages, except when I went for my grant for college. Then
Yeah.
he said, "Hey, what are you making?" And I was like going, "Well, I'm not working." I said, "Of course, we all did that kind of
See,
mad shit."
a lot of the OnlyFans now, from what I've heard, are getting, little slow DMs on Instagram, and they're basically saying, look, send me it on PayPal and I'll do a little something extra for you. So they're cutting out OnlyFans, because OnlyFans takes a percentage.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
What
of course,
percentage,
yeah.
Jay? What percentage?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
It's 10% or
I
something.
used to
isn't
know
it?
that. I knew the percentage a few weeks ago. It's somewhere between 10 and 20. Anyway,
So
yeah.
Jay
Yeah.
was talking about still the tax.
Sure, let's find out.
The tax on the OnlyFans.
Yeah, we're wondering how you get it, and then we're talking about like how, like I was saying about when I was doing the dancing, like I didn't have to pay tax because I wasn't making enough, right? but when I had to declare that I was dancing,
You're
they-
making too much.
No. How do you gonna find out it was cash? I was like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
had to. They asked me what was I working at. And I
Yeah.
was like, and then I had to kind of go, oh, I make this amount of money, but
Yeah,
like
20 grand a year.
something like that, so I could register for a grant for college. Like, you
Yeah,
know, and-
yeah.
What do we all make of OnlyFans?
Here's a quote from the
Each to their own.
newspapers, by the way.
Well,
Yeah.
I reckon, right, about 70% of DJs and entertainers in the Irish market are doing under the table cash jobs.
100%.
Easy.
Not just
obviously,
them. I
right?
know people that have big companies.
party
and-
companies and all.
and no. I'm saying I know big companies, and the thing is, it's just good business
Oh,
in a
not
way
that too.
because here's the thing, like when you if I make, let's just say I take up a job tomorrow, right, on top of my normal wage, right,
Mm.
and I go to get a job, they take 42 cents for every euro before, and then
That's
USC,
madness.
then USC on top of that. What's USC at the moment?
Madden, I have no idea.
So I used to always say to people, look, it's roughly 50 cent. So if I work if I get a euro, the government will take 50 cent.
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
It's understandable then a lot of people then
100%.
like you hear people giving out about people on the scratcher and all, and then having little slow jobs. Man, have
You're nearly better off
tried,
sometimes.
200 quid. Who the fuck can survive on
Yeah,
200
yeah,
quid? And that's
yeah.
not. I'm not trying to say. Look, as I said to you lads,
Don't
I'm
scan the system.
I'm
you're
off.
not
I'm
encouraging it.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm off work so I finished my other job about a week ago, and I'm starting my new job next week. And
We'll touch on that as well, actually.
right, so I started playing Call of Duty for 2 days.
Yeah.
Right,
You didn't
I-
invite me yet, because
you probably
Hammy.
did. You probably would. But I played it because I was like, I'm off work. I'm gonna enjoy my time off, and I'm going around the bend. I don't know how anyone can like be off working like
Yeah,
you know,
it's
and
yeah.
a nightmare.
So I said to me mate, look, so you probably all see it on me on my Instagram. I went-
graffiti and all over
so my
walls
friend
and all.
owns the company, and he says to me, he goes, look, listen, he goes, are you bored? I'm down a guy. Do you want to do some sandblasting for the Irish Rail? And I was like, yeah, sure, fuck it, give it a go. And I just love being busy. No, but then again, it's kind of it's nice to get a break from what I normally do,
Yeah.
even though this is completely off, like nothing like
Yeah.
what I do normally. And it's
I'll tell you what, the wall looks much better as an original stage, doesn't it, than that fucking shitty red paint that was on it.
oh so bad. But that's
Yeah.
just, so they put that on. So they painted this stuff over the graffiti, and then they've someone with graffiti again. Then they'll paint over the same paint. So I was spraying it, and it takes ages, right? And all of a sudden, then it'll change from the red paint to a graffiti of black. then black's gone, it's back to red, then it's back to yellow, then back to it's amount of times that someone
it's
has
mad,
over
yeah.
it, yeah. But it's like
It's mad how the sandblasting gets rid of it, like how
but
strong it is.
you have to be, because it's protected.
Oh, you're a pro now, eh?
No, I am. I had to know about it. It's protected. It's protected brickwork because it's been there for so long.
Yeah.
So shout out to SMC, by the way. It's the group.
Another 50% for Jay.
Right. Shout out to SMC, the best company out there to protect your work. Oh, that's it.
There are other reputable companies available.
But come here, back to OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
What do you make of it yourself, Martin?
I think, I take my hat off to the people who are successful on
All
it
you take off.
and the rest. I mean, look, there's people making €500,000 a year for taking
year?
their kid off.
People fucking doing it
And the
in a
rest,
week.
and the rest.
No,
right?
but even like Boards and Oil are making $500,000.
Yeah.
But
Like,
here's the interesting thing about
Creeps.
OnlyFans, right? Here's the interesting thing about it. It turns a person into a scalable product / service, right? Because you're no longer selling your time, right? If you have an hour, if you have 1 hour, right? Hear me out on this. If you have 1 hour and you spend it in a job, you will get paid whatever that hour is worth, or whatever you and your employer deem it to be worth, right? You take that same hour, you produce content for OnlyFans, 2,000 people subscribe to that content for whatever amount of money per month.
Unlimited.
You're serving a mass audience. It takes you the same amount of time to do it, and you're going to make shit tons of cash. So am I for something that's moral, ethical and legal? Absolutely. And I say fair play to you boys and girls. Make that money.
Right, so the
No,
follow-up.
honestly, no. I was going to say, before you said that, I was going to say it wasn't from, like, I was like not against it, but I was like, I think girls should have more respect for themselves. That's what I was going to say. But now that he said that,
Yeah.
I'm kind of going, hold on a second.
That ringing a bell
Who
there.
has
Like.
more respect for themselves? The girls are going out there and they're fucking like going out, like, let's just say you're going to Penny's.
You get the girls doing it for free with a random fella and a line of coke. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but
And
no,
the
but
boys.
no,
At least these girls are getting paid for it.
That's it's how you perceive it. The way he's just after saying it there. So
Yeah.
if you would ask me just before that, I would have went, you should have a little bit more respect for yourself. But I wouldn't want my girlfriend doing it.
Yeah, well, this is the follow-up question, right? I totally agree with you, Mark. I think that more girls should be doing it. Especially
That's
when...
Martin.
Oh, Jesus, sorry. Martin.
I actually feel complimented.
There's too
by you.
many fucking Martin.
That's mad that he's after doing that. Like, literally in a second that he changed my opinion there. I
can't
think
believe- really?
girls, no, the way you said there, as you said, like, look, you're going out and you're working a job. Most people don't like their job.
Yeah.
And you're going out and you're working a
Facts.
job and you're getting nothing. Or you're going out and you're doing, like, as you said, like, look, I can't see how they're able to do that kind of thing. But
But Mark, some of them aren't even like doing sexual stuff. It's just pictures like with bra and knickers, and they're making a killing. Now they're not making
fair
as
play to
much.
them then.
This is what I'm saying.
Fair
But,
play to
but the
them.
next follow-up question is: would you get with someone that does OnlyFans?
It's a good question, and personally, I think it depends on a couple of different things. How comfortable are you with sharing your other half? Isn't that what it is? Like,
exactly.
you're you're like physically sharing.
I
that.
wouldn't do that. Well,
You know,
you know what? I actually don't know if I would or not.
it's a hard question.
I mean, if it was me, if she never done content with someone before, she was only doing it on her own, and she was making a fucking killing, I'd be like, fair fucking, you're playing with yourself anyway. Record it and get paid fucking millions. Fair play to you, right?
So then she
boy, as a
turns
guy-
around to you and says, "Will you get in it?"
Yeah, no bother.
Yeah,
Give us a cut
for a
out,
slice of the
But
pie.
Yeah.
See, now you have me thinking now something I've never actually thought about. I used to do stripping, man, and like,
Yeah.
hold on a second.
It's a fairly
Oh,
same.
you would
You
make
took
a
your clothes
fortune
off
on
money.
that, brother.
And now Charlotte is with the
I'm saying,
leftovers.
I'm saying, Jesus Christ. I'm
Oh my
saying,
God,
I'm
I will
saying
be his
never-
hype man.
Guys,
I will
this
be
is
his
so
hype man.
mad. I've never actually thought about what it was like to be, let's say, my other half while
Yeah.
I was doing that job.
There
I
you
used to
go.
think, oh, it's just money,
Ah,
it's just
that's
money, and going out and
interesting.
working.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there you
interesting.
go.
I've never actually thought about it there. Just now you're changing my whole perspective on life.
Your
I'm sorry.
title is
Believe it. I
famous.
can't believe
my
it.
God.
Forgive me.
Maybe I was, man, that was actually a very selfish thing, or a selfish way of thinking.
But
for
there
me.
you go. Like, I'll be honest. Like I said, if she done content with someone else, I don't think I'd be able to
That's
get
hard.
over
That's
that
hard. No,
little
that
hurdle.
is. That's the same as your girlfriend being like a porn star, your bloke being a porn star or whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
if you know she's going out and she's taking.
But then at the same time, lads, are we being fucking gobshites? But are we being gobshites? Because your board is with someone else anyway. Your board was with someone else
Yeah,
before
okay.
you anyway.
That's
You
what
hit us with
we
dick
touched about
handles,
this
will
the
you?
last day, and we said why I like Colchi, right? Is
Yeah,
because look, and this is something that I know that
Cultures are great.
it's something. Yeah, they are.
Class.
I think they're great, especially Charlotte. She's my favorite.
She's my
Charlotte.
favourite culture as well.
Yeah,
Hi, Charlotte.
Actually, my second favorite Colchi. My first one is Darren Sullivan. Sorry, Darren Sullivan plays Ga for Kerry. I love him.
Go on, Darren.
I'm joking, Charlie.
I was gonna say,
He's
doesn't
gonna
mean
bat at you
yeah,
with a Christmas tree that she hasn't got.
The Christmas tree, she's gonna kill me. Oh,
Gonna
So
batter
I'm
him financially.
oh God, I keep forgetting we're trying to talk here. What
Yeah, well, what were we talking about if your girlfriend did OnlyFans?
Yeah,
would
you-
you be
No,
would
there's
you
something
be
after that.
comfortable if Charlotte?
If she was
yeah,
with
yeah,
someone
but-
else previous.
Yeah.
So for me, honestly, guys, and again, I put me like not that I put my hand up. Why am I putting my hand up for? I'm saying just do it anyway.
Mama.
Right? I'm saying
Martin's the teacher.
it's very hard. It's very hard for me, and it's my insecurities. We're here an hour now, by the way. I'm gonna repeat again.
Beautiful. Yeah,
so,
stick that on.
That's a clip.
So
Yeah, Murray or order that Domino's there. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
one.
we're gonna
It's
need
my
that.
insecurities,
Martin
or
has the
maybe it's-
cash.
or maybe it's my imagination, and again we touched on my last one, which is where I start thinking and I overthink, and the thing is that I think for me, let's say I'll talk personally about my one, is that with Charlotte, I think that she's that special that she's only done this with me, and I don't want her to think of anybody else.
Exclusive.
Exactly,
Mm.
and again,
And that does tone you on.
I know
Yeah.
it goes. I know
Yeah.
it goes both ways. Where like I she doesn't know anybody that I was ever with either.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't think she does. But like, I mean, look, well, I've never been kind of like, oh yeah.
Well,
like,
there was.
That's a clip.
It's bad enough he went for you earlier. He was well to throw hooks.
I mean, and the thing is, like, and it's mad. Like, I always say this to Charlotte as well. I'm so glad that we got together now that I'm older, because when I was younger, I was an idiot. And look, as I said before, you weren't with girls because of you want to be with them. You're with them for confirmation or validation from the lads. And
Mates, yeah.
people be like, oh yeah, you're the man. But you weren't really going, you're the man. You were dickheads telling you that shit.
Mm.
And it's now that I'm older, we've talked about lots going, like, it's mad that I've got with you at the perfect time where I don't give a fuck about all that crap.
Yeah.
Like, and it means nothing. These people, they can say, oh, you were the man back in the day, and he's sitting on his own, sitting in his gaff, no board, no family, no nothing, and he doesn't get to see his kid. I'm picturing the worst scenario
Thanks,
here
Mark.
again. But I'm saying, did you cheat on your board?
Never.
He was
Well, then
never the
that's what I'm
man
saying.
either.
That's the point where I'm saying to you. See,
What to say?
You were never the man either.
Right. So you missed what I just said.
I
there.
know I was joking.
What I
man.
said was, see, like, it's when guys go out when you're younger, you think that's what makes, because it is. Look, I guarantee if any young lads listen to this, I guarantee it. I probably sound like a big girl saying this, but I'm saying when I was
Not
younger,
at all.
I see, because we're older, but I'm saying, but the young
The
lads,
younger generation might think different.
mate, yeah,
I
because
know what
I
you
was
mean.
that person. I used to think, what would he know about it? What would he know about it? So I used to go out, and let's say I'll be going out, and to be the lads going, you're the man, but they're not my friends. They're,
But that's why
why
it's
are you doing that?
I know I'm kind of
And
going
why
off
should you be
topic.
seeking that validation
And, why would you,
from
and that's
them?
all it was,
Amen.
validation, because
Yeah.
as we said, 30 seconds
But
is
that's
max.
where, as
Yeah.
a parent and as a father, you need to educate your kid at a young age and say, look, that's not what you want. Because I personally, now I don't know about all of you, but I personally never had that person in my life, right? Now I know when Tyler's older, and if I see certain things happening, no matter what, like if Tyler's getting his hole at 15, as much as that shouldn't happen for kids, look, this isn't something I shouldn't say. We all know what goes on, right?
But do you think it's
If
you
he
have
tell-
any choice? It's not you that tells your
No.
child. It's not. It is. It's the likes of Nicki Minaj and all them other ones. It's the way they live their life.
No, I
Kids
disagree.
look at them and
Well,
kids
punch
go.
her
It
around.
depends
"This is
on
what
the
This
relationship.
is what's normal, and they
No.
because they're their heroes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but your father should always be a hero,
Should
Mark.
be.
Yeah, and it's up to your father to make that happen. So if you're a good example, and if you do right by your kid, and every decision you make, me and Jay only had this conversation, every decision you make in your life, you think, what would my kids think? What would I want my kids to do? If you think like that, your kid, you will be a kid.
I think kids follow popularity, and we do it as well in a society where it comes to like.
Why do you think I started a podcast? I
Watch
want my
this.
son to like me.
Why would you? Why do we vote for a politician? No, wait. He will tell you complete lies. He will say this. Oh, this is what they want to do, and he goes with the popular opinion every single time they say what's popular. What is the popular choice? Let's just go back to the only one I can actually tell you that's a little bit about politics is your one. she went out with your man who took a blowy off. What's her name?
Took a blow you off who?
Oh,
Slang girl.
you're not talking about Bill Clinton.
What's his board's name again?
Monica
Monica
Lewinsky.
Lewinsky.
No, not his board. That's
Hillary
what it is.
Clinton.
Hillary, right?
Yeah, dirty
Hillary,
looking up all
Hillary
night.
said she was against, years ago said she was against gay marriage, right? Now, because, gay marriage is the popular thing now.
She's all for it.
all on board.
I'm all for it. And he even did it.
Well, people's opinions can change as well.
Okay, but
but that's a devil woman.
Okay, but they always do this stuff.
I know.
And why do they do it? Because people who are popular get voted. Why would you go for a brand name of clothes? Because that's the popular brand name of clothes. Now, like I know we're all going to say, "Oh, sometimes I like this," but no. But I'm saying, but the majority of people, majority of people would say this. What's the popular this? What's the popular that? What's the
fit in?
Fit in. So what I'm saying is that when you're a kid, sorry, I'm going to keep cutting you.
No, you're fine.
So when you're a kid, now I don't have any kids, but I'm saying like I can kind of see what they like from the way they go on. Like, so basically, whatever's popular at the time, TikTok is popular, this is popular, so everyone has to have a TikTok. Kids will go who's famous at the moment. When I say famous, like real famous, the likes of like movie stars,
Drake,
PewDiePie, whatever they're PewDiePie, like Jake Paul. So whatever they say, they're what's influencing kids or the next generation or whatever. And whatever they say, if they came out and says, "Oh yeah," like every rap song. What's every rap song talk about? Money
and hoes,
bitches,
drugs,
like drugs, all this shit. So kids, and look at the generation that we have now. Everyone's a drug dealer.
I
Everyone
agree.
thinks they're a little gangster going around with their Moncler
I agree
jackets.
with everything you're saying, Mark. But if you're a good parent, you can avoid that shit from happening. I don't care what anyone says.
So what about rich, like people that are really, I say rich, why do I say rich? I always think money is what makes things, and that's something that I go to as well. What about people that are, man, you ever see people that are great with that, they've done everything great with their kids, and their kids still turn out.
I guarantee you they don't though. I guarantee
gotta ask something on that.
I see both.
Oh, Jay, please.
No, I do see both sides. I do definitely think parents can be influential in their kids' lives to the point where they've done everything they can to teach them right from wrong, what not to do, but yet they can still be just led astray.
I think that's nearly contradictory of what you just said.
I don't though. I don't, because it's not just the parents that have an impact on their child's lives, it's their surroundings
and
as well.
I 100% agree with that. I know for a fact, lads, if my dad stayed like living with me, my man and dad didn't break up, I'd be a completely different person.
I think that too.
Let's go back to the very first thing we all talked about, how we all deal with how we feel when we're sad. I'm different, you're different, you're different, you're different.
Yeah.
So every single
it's
one
just
of us,
opinions, yeah.
It's how environment, so environment and all these other factors that influence you and what way you look at it. They did a test years ago. What was it? Well, I think I'm gonna make up something now. Here, right? They had like two twins, and one of them grew up. What do they say? Is they say there's two? I was going to butcher something there that I actually know very little about, so I'm not actually going to tell you. Right? They say like you have two kids can grow up in a bad area. One can rebel and one can excel.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And they had the both shitty upbringing.
Same upbringing,
everything. And why did one rebel and one excel? Because they had one little factor, one little thing that they looked at differently. It was just how they dealt with their stress or pressure or whatever had happened in life. One went down a good road, you went down a bad road. That's what happens. And I think you can try is what I know, I'm not being bad, but you can try.
I do know what you're saying, and I do agree with a lot of it. However, I do genuinely believe that no two people can be raised the same. I think it's impossible. So all them scientist tests is a load of bollocks. Two different people can't be raised the same because they think different. Everyone's their own person. So you can never raise two the same. So to me, that's out the window. All I'm saying is, what you are saying, I completely understand. But I think if you're really close to your kid and you really put the effort in, and you
give them a better chance.
100%.
Yeah,
if your kid's your best friend, do you know what I mean? The chances are you can influence all his decisions. Like, I know there's one person in my life that if he tells me this or that, I'm like, I know this is a very wise man. I'm going to listen to what he says because what he says is right. Do you know what I mean? And if you're that for your kid, you're winning.
Yeah, that's a good point. Somebody fact check me on this. They say that the self-esteem of a child is built in the first 7 to 8 years of their life. Yeah. And if you go beyond that, my God, it's fucking very, excuse the language, it's very hard to turn back from that point. You know what I mean? So, you can relate to that. You can see, I personally, from the personal relationships I've had with people over the last few years, the people who have had it rough in their lives for the first 7 to 8 years didn't have a solid role model, like you were saying, didn't have a good father figure or anything like that in their life. A lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them tend to have very deep-rooted problems. that trickles into several different areas of their lives.
But
You
they're
know what I
the ones
mean?
that do best in life, where they all have to prove something. Like every single person that's
Yeah,
of
that's
note,
right as well.
every single person that's done something fantastic with their life,
Extraordinary.
all extraordinary,
Yeah.
have all come.
Like the Bill Gates and the
But
fucking.
but they've all come from. Okay,
Fucked
here's a
up
fighter.
situations.
Humble beginnings, yeah.
Name
Yeah.
one amazing fighter that came from like a rich. From this, I don't want to say it, but the south side to me seems like a lot of money, and that's where they come from. But when any good fighter or anyone that came up and from like the Kelly Harringtons are all, they're all from inner city. They're all like people that came from
Struggled.
humble beginnings.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have mother, father. Something happened that was like they had a dramatic episode in their life or whatever. But they're the ones that do extraordinary things. And I think I was only going to say, I'm glad he actually that
But
doesn't mind
see-
me to say it.
Well, see what you're saying there, right? Now,
What?
just let me point something out there, right? You're going with the popular person. You're going with the boxer who's out there.
Yeah, snuck
These-
the way in on that.
What about the doctors? What about the real heroes?
Well, I think it's the same, regardless, because there's
No, it
Like-
can be the same as well.
yeah,
I do
and
agree.
I do see your point as well. I think you can come from like a loving fucking family, you know, two parents who
Yeah.
just done nothing but provide and helped you along the way and encouraged you through college, and you still go on and make a career of yourself. I do think you can have that also. But I think someone can be on the exact same level as that by having a much harder upbringing
yeah,
as well.
I
You know
agree.
what I mean?
Yeah,
I'd say another thing as well, which is kind of the opposite end of that. I think, look, I'm not a parent, touch wood.
not that you know.
Well,
of,
not
anyway.
that I know.
Few the
But-
boy babies
I'll
running
tell
around
you
and
what,
back
yeah,
low.
well, I
if you
did.
had your luck with Natasha. She
you,
would have
Natasha.
trapped you 100%.
She would have
trapped
caught
you.
me. She would have trapped me.
She
Yeah,
would've let-
that's
she would've
exactly
just got
what
the
she was
leg.
at.
Yeah,
Little
you
leg
said you had a
lock.
picture of her. Show us.
Oh, I do have a picture of Natasha, yeah.
Yeah, get
Actually,
that out
finish
there.
what you're saying for us. And then
Oh,
talk to
yeah,
Natasha.
and if-
Finish what you're saying and
People
make
who-
sure the camera does not see that
Yeah,
picture.
and people who didn't hear the first episode won't have any context of who Natasha is, but you know who you are.
He said, "This is a
girl."
weird thing with his tongue there when he said that. Like he went,
I'm actually hard from that. It was like a
sometimes-
bird whispering in my ear.
Sometimes on those cold, lonely nights, I think to myself, "Damn, why didn't I hit there?" I mean, wouldn't it be worth the 18? The
So did you not
18
hit it?
seconds of fucking pleasure for 18 years of pain? That's what it would have been. I would have hit it and quit it.
Did you not hit it?
No, you remember the story?
I thought you hit it.
No, we told her to
No, I told her to fuck
fuck
off because she was only after me few quid.
Yeah, I knew that bit. I thought you bleeding smashed at least.
No,
he said-
no.
Don't say what you said, because he said something like, you should have done this. and
Jay gets in the graphic
Jay,
detail.
we're going to
What
we're
did
gonna
you say,
help
Jay?
you. No,
Graphic.
don't, Jay. You don't need to say it. Please, let him continue what
You
he
should
was
have
saying.
smashed the box
Shut
up.
up. Come on, say what you were saying.
Sorry,
Say what you were
Marc.
saying.
That's what he
You're saying on the other
said.
side of the other side.
So
of it.
here's what I was saying, right? We're going back to the kid thing. So on the other side of it,
Martin's a black belt at lick outs, by the way.
yeah, that's our wee Jamie Lee. Jamie Lee, we getting locked tonight. Yeah, that's our wee Jamie Lee up in the Look at what you missed out on, Natasha.
Full South Park that
Will you tell us what? Would you,
I'm sorry, yeah.
How do you ever remember this to go back?
I'm delighted I made that comment
no
now.
memory at all. Alzheimer's is kicking in.
He's got to remember something.
It's it's not even that interesting what I was about to say, but I just think that one of the worst things you can do for a kid is hand them everything on a plate. You know,
100%.
you give a kid an opportunity. Don't give them everything on a plate. Don't fucking give them a fish, teach them how to fish. You know what I mean? I mean that like in the sense of, teach them skills, teach them how to go and get their own shit. Don't just hand a kid.
Advert. You will never be a fisherman.
Yes, I
will. Never be a fisherman. Yes, I will.
Martin's kid asked him for a goldfish. He gives him a bleeding fishing
Yeah,
rod.
you're getting nothing.
Fuck
You're
off.
getting nothing. You can work for it, you little bastard. I'm only messing. No, look, obviously give them a bit, but I'm just saying, like, you hand the kid everything and they don't know how to fend for themselves, do they? Do you know what I mean? They don't know how to fend for themselves.
That's why
They're
they're
not
all
learning
And
that.
so, I mean, I think it's good when a kid grows up fucking broke, humble, privileged, and knows the value of hard work and that's a good
I think
thing.
be a great
Good
thing.
thing for a kid.
Look, again, I don't have kids, and just listen to what you just said there, and I've always said it.
Wait until the end of the night.
Wouldn't it be great, right? Like, if, as you said, I totally agree with all them values. Like, someone that grows up, like, just from a working class family, or look at someone that's not working, just from normal, like, just from on the scratcher or whatever, but just comes from, but had to go through all them hardships, right? Wouldn't it just be amazing if they, like, your parents they had money, didn't give you a penny, as you said.
Absolutely.
And then when you hit, let's say 25, you just finished college, you're about to start your job, or let's say whatever, you're going to college, as I said, like whatever you want to do. But wouldn't it be just great to just go, there's a gaff.
Yeah.
Like, look, see all the money we could have gave you over the years, we didn't. This is what we did. There's a gaff, or let's not there's a
You're
gaff.
in a very good position to do that, Marc.
There's a deposit on a gaff even.
Hand
Let's
over the
just
gaff
like,
money.
there's a realistic mortgage. That's not a mortgage.
That
that's
was for
fucking
the
450
Montclair
grand.
jackets you never got. The fucking 150 night
Exactly.
runners.
Yeah.
But would that be? Is not imagine being like, so people have always had money. They don't appreciate it. But imagine having nothing and then just going boom.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I know if any of us here, except him, right? If we were given a gaff, like you're like, oh my god. Imagine giving a gaff like, and you see like some rich kids that like, I know some of them, they have apartments that are parents like, oh, this is just, I know a few of them. Like, man, I've been back at gaff parties where I turn around and go, so who owns this? Oh, my parents. I'm like, what? They just give you a gaff to live in, like, and
Yeah,
like,
that's mad.
yeah.
That is.
And it's gonna. But I think, when you don't have things, you appreciate them more.
100%.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
think
yeah,
that's-
Speaking of
absolutely.
things, Christmas is coming up.
It is.
How long are we making this, by the way? Because
We're nearly
15
finished.
now.
We're nearly finished.
Oh, no,
the
I
fuck
don't
out,
think you
Marc.
should
I don't
finish
know.
off
You're gonna be
with the
battered.
bleeding wrong answers only with Martin this time round.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do that as well.
Oh,
actually,
shit.
we'll do that as well.
Mark was
right?
in the hot seat
But
last time.
I just really want to touch on this because I don't know. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say because it could fuck everything up. But basically, Christmas party. Yeah, we're obviously gonna go out, but we're gonna invite all of the guests that we had on the
Are
show
you for real?
out as well.
Every one of them are going to
Every
kill me
single
and him.
one.
That's gonna be.
What after this podcast?
Well, that's if they'll come. They think they'll all come.
I think. Do
I'd
you know
say
what?
we get
I think
some.
they will. I think they will because,
up.
and I don't mean.
Level up. Level up. Level up.
Literally,
Imagine
literally
that.
every.
That'd be
Me
you,
and
yeah.
that
That'd be you, yeah. Mickey with her down the back of the nightclub.
Ah, Jesus!
Level up, level up,
One
level up.
love. Top notch.
That was even out of my jurisdiction.
Yeah, actually, lads. Here, I was fucking in a cafe in Finglas one
Were
day. I was, yeah.
Was it good?
And next to all this fucking.
Was it against the wall?
This young one. Oh no, actually, that's a terrible. Go on anyway.
Can we move on? Is there anything else
can.
you want to cover? Because I
The
don't want to be here
Christmas,
too
the
long.
Christmas party. What do you think? Where should we? I'm thinking of just renting out a big fuck off room. Martin's gonna get the DJ,
Like a cans.
and we're gonna invite every single guest that we had on the show.
Few Dutch gold.
Yeah, but reality is, Jay, that's about 20 people. What are you getting a big room for?
It's not really 20 people.
Like in season 2, how many have you
No,
got?
season 1 and 2.
Martin, just get the canopy out your
So we
backyard
have,
again.
we have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fucking, we have like 36
Look,
episodes in season 1.
What's wrong with inviting
Alone.
everybody? Invite them.
I'm
Do
trying
you
to
want
work
them
out
to
the
come? That's
We
it.
definitely get a good few that'll go, 100%.
Will we
Do you know what I
invite
mean?
Natasha?
Bring her on, yeah.
You should bring Natasha. I just
I'd
want to
love to.
laugh.
I
at
was
her.
actually, I don't know whether it was Marc I was talking to about this, but I was thinking about getting t-shirts saying fuck Natasha.
I'd love that. That would be
And
unreal.
a little DYHS
I wonder, do you
on the
think
back.
she'll ever come across this podcast? And be
I'd say she has. Yes.
I'd say she has.
I'd say
she
by the
has.
time we make a couple of clips after this episode and the last
She's
one,
definitely.
she'll definitely hear
She
it.
is
Yeah,
definitely
but no,
saying.
no joke. When that episode went out, a board Natasha was in the
Oh,
DMs.
there was loads of
remember, like,
Natashas. There was a
text
few.
us, which Natasha is this and all, blah, blah, blah. No,
Wait,
no,
wait, wait.
no.
How did she have an accent in written DM?
Because I know her, right? No, it wasn't your
I will
Natasha.
try.
Do you
Was
know
it
what I
that Natasha?
My Natasha.
mean? Remember the Natasha that came up and gave us the bleeding
Oh,
the
it was
food
her,
when we did
yeah,
the oak and all?
yeah.
There's
she
loads
gave
of different little Natashas
Yeah.
popping out and all, being
No
like, what the
way.
fuck, which one are you on about now? No,
Do any of them have a kid with an unclaimed father?
I'd say there's a few.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Right, Martin, you've been too quiet for me tonight. Let's. Do you have the questions?
Before you get to that, is
I
there
have,
anything
yeah,
else
but
you
no,
want to
yeah.
hit on your little fucking agenda?
No, the only.
The
The
saucy
only
that was, Mark. There's
So
beef
we-
between you
we
two.
do-
No,
Oh, yeah.
no, I'll tell you
There's
why. I'll
heat.
tell you why. I'll tell you why. Like, so I was the biggest culprit, as I said. My last one was 4 hours long. A lot of people, that was their biggest comment, saying, "Look, listen, they're too long."
No,
I
it
think-
wasn't. This is why I wanted to talk.
No, but
Actually,
what I'm
that's
saying,
what I
what I'm
wanted to
saying is,
talk about.
you need to put a top poll up. I think a poll, right? Because I think a lot of people's attention span. I think an hour to an hour and a half.
gonna have a poll.
I think it.
You're a hyper man, I told you
I think that's what it is. So you should write up as, let's say, a poll. Say, guys, we need to know a poll. Which one's better? Is it like let's say
We've
a
done
ca-
it
a cap,
before.
and what they say, 90
Like,
minutes.
I
cap?
can't remember. I can't remember.
Well,
Them
that's
fucking-
probably
them
where your
eyebrows are
first
going
step when you're
again.
in the wrong
He's
direction.
getting angry. You want to
Right,
watch
so
yourself.
maybe do that. Maybe do a poll or something. Find
Right,
out. But I
Matt, I'm
think
going to create the clip. ask the camera, Martin, put the camera on Mark. Look in the
Okay.
camera and ask him the question.
You know where that camera is? You pointed to it about 5 times.
Oh,
so
that
far.
one there, or that one there, that one. Is that one right? Okay. So, do you think that the podcast?
What podcast?
Oh, sorry, the best podcast in Dublin. Did you hear show?
In Ireland, the world,
Dublin
baby.
is the only place to be, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, yeah, no, it actually is a good load of podcasts. Actually, there's podcasts outside
Lads, come on,
Dublin.
you're supposed to be putting promos here for us. Come on.
How many words am I? I was in Dublin. I'm like going, oh wait, the country people have them too.
Can I introduce you?
Go do it.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? You've seen him jacking off on Big Brother, or at least you've heard about it. But I'd now like to introduce you to my good friend, Mr. Marc O'Neill, who will ask you a simple question. Get it right, and there'll be no problem. Get it wrong, and you will be eliminated. Go ahead, Mark.
Right, so do you think this podcast, the Did You Hear show, the best podcast in the world? Do you think, okay, now we have to do it again.
Keep it going, keep it going.
Right, do you think the Did You Hear show podcast?
It'd be handy if you spoke into the mic as well.
He's on.
This is a good promo. This is a good
I'm not doing it now. You ask it. You ask it.
I thought he was a professional, lads.
Do you think the Did You Hear show should be cut in length, capped at between what, Mark? 1 and 2 hours?
I think an hour to an hour and a half, or should it be the way you are doing
Should
it?
we
3
let it
hours
flow,
plus?
or should we have a cap that is specific?
Is it let it flow or no?
Oh, yes, there it is, Mark.
Yeah, let it flow
Marty.
or no? I think it should be
The
60,
two professionals over here,
60
Martin
to
hit the best
90
one.
minutes.
Let's have a vote. Right,
have a vote.
Mark, let it flow or no?
No.
Martin, let it flow or no?
I'm a Joe Rogan man, so I'll say let it flow.
Jay, let it flow or no?
Let it flow.
I'm a let it flow as well.
Well, what fucking difference does it make where I am then?
Okay, ready? Here, no, wait.
Because
Wait.
we'll add these
Yeah, you
scores.
are saying this. You are not your audience.
I know, that's...
Yeah, I know.
But listen,
Good
if
point, Mark. Good point. Good point.
But I was
I
thinking
didn't want to
of
leave
this
you
as well.
alone there either, Mark. I
Also,
feel
at
like I
the
let
same
you out
time-
in the
Nice to
Lord's
love you,
there.
mate. Nice to
Sorry,
love you.
thank God.
I understand what you're saying. We're not our audience, but at the same time, we get guests on because we're interested in speaking to you
Yeah.
as well. Do you know? And of course, yous are on the timeline as well.
Well,
do
you
know
do,
what I mean?
you
Yous have
do
your
them
own
live.
thing
You
to
do
do.
them live, which is something that no one else does, right?
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is,
We're ballsy.
okay, can we meet both? You can do the live one, right? And then would you not just like, for example, Martin, how long was I talking about all the guests on thing? 45 minutes. You say?
45.
Yeah.
Right.
Felt like an
Why
hour
did
or
that
two.
need to be left in? You could have cut that out, or the time I was talking.
Because
about
it's live.
You know,
Cut
what
it
I'm
out
saying-
on the
what I'm
main
saying
show.
On the main show, maybe.
It's a lot of work.
So, but there you go. That's where you get the exclusive. There, if you listen to it live, you can get all.
I've
the,
said this to the lads
Right.
already.
But it's also like that works better as well,
You
though,
didn't say
if
that,
we
you
have
said it.
like,
a
look,
team.
I'm just guessing. I'm
Is
just
that a
guessing.
different, you snake?
I'll explain what I said.
I'm just guessing what I think, and again, I'm talking as an audience member. So
You're the
when
fucking house at this stage. I'm shut the fuck
Oh
up.
yeah, but no. But I listen to other podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and a lot of the I'll say the popular ones are an hour.
Yeah.
They're an hour.
Yeah.
Now I will say this, and this is what I did say last night to you, is that. And again, I really mean this. It sounds like I'm criticising them. For me, it's not my taste, their hour, because they spend 20 minutes doing stupid little games. I know you like your games now, right? But they do stupid little games with, like, let's just say they had a legend on, someone that I wanted to hear their story.
Yeah, I
and
know
they
what
asked
you're
them
saying.
one or two, three things.
You
two,
need
three
to read your guests.
things. Yeah, but
You-
exactly.
You can't ask a serious guest jokey questions. Like, we're talking about dicks and all. Your friend Ryan Andrews is coming on. That talk won't be there. We'll be talking serious.
I'm glad
with
you
Ryan.
said that, because
Yeah.
that would not be his
Exactly,
cup
and
of tea.
it's all about, this is where being a good presenter and
Right.
co-host.
So what do you think? Do you not think the live let it flow?
Yeah,
And
that's
then,
what I think.
And then, as you said, you got a fantastic editor over there that will cut it down like crap. Like, we know what I was talking about was absolute pony, right? You could have cut out the little pony part or the shy part, or even the games that you did at the end, or if you want to keep them, whatever. But bring it down for people to. I'd say people would really appreciate if it was less than 2 hours. I'd
Yeah.
say 90 minutes is a perfect.
So
amount of time.
what my idea was, right? My idea was keep the live going for as long as it goes, right? So while it's live, let it flow, and then on Spotify, edit the audio to just the good
Making
parts.
it so complicated. Just make it fucking 90 minutes and let it flow.
And it
or do
splits the fan
both.
base.
But then you get the people that actually want to listen to it to the live. I
For
think
hours.
they'd listen to the whole long. Like, you've got to tune in for the live one. You can give the questions, as you said. You have people mailing into you a live as you're talking. Of course, that's going to take up time. You know, if they want to do that. then do that. But I think, look, it's
The
just an
poll
idea.
is there
It's
anyway.
there. You know,
Yeah.
throw it up.
There's
it's a
pros and
thing.
cons to both sides of it.
Yeah, there is.
Let it
Sorry.
go.
Now look at
Or no.
we're here now.
You've took us
We're
over
gonna-
a limit.
sorry,
We're
because of
gonna
that.
finish. We're
Right.
gonna finish.
No. We're in the thing. We have another 7-8 minutes. Go for it.
Yeah, we have.
It's so hypocritical for Mark to give out about time when he like
I'm
talks
trying to help
full on all the time.
trying to help in that way.
No, Mark, I've been saying it
No,
from
we
day one as
appreciate
well.
you,
Like,
Mark. No, but Martin, you have said fuck all this
I'm saying
episode.
nothing.
It's your time to shine.
Come on, Marco.
Ask Mark. Fucking hell, Martin the questions,
go.
and
Marty
then we're
boy.
gonna finish on that little thing we were working on at the end, right?
Oh,
I have a nice little
concerning,
finisher for
isn't
you,
it?
lads.
We have
yeah?
one more lead balloon for you, lads.
No, another surprise for you, bud.
Martin Eastwood, are you listening?
I've got a raging clue right now. My clue's pointing this way.
Point over this way.
I have the camera on YouTube, boys, as
Derp,
well. So
derp, derp. Oh,
keep
no.
keep them hands on the table, lads.
No. Your local priest was never here.
So you seen last week we tried to play the game with Mark where he has to give the wrong answer, right?
Yes, sir.
So I had to have them questions up in front of me. We lashed them out to you. So
I'm so bad. I'm a slow thinker. I'm a slow
You have to
processor.
try and
slow
be
thinker,
quick.
fast talker. though.
Slow
We'll go with that.
tinker, you real guys on the ball all the time.
Do you
isn't
think
he?
so?
Slow thinker,
That's
fast
called
talker. Makes
talking
great
shy.
telly.
Well, lads, we have to shut up. Let him do it, yeah?
Right. So whenever we get ready, whenever
No.
you're ready to get started, are you ready to get
He's like
started?
one who wants to be a millionaire. So yeah, go on. Right.
No prize though. Don't worry.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Are you ready to play?
I'm ready to play.
Wrong answer.
You have to answer wrong.
Oh god damn it! See, I told you I can't think fast.
I got that one.
Even Mark got that. Yeah.
Mark was on the
I
ball
didn't
with
know
that.
we were starting at that point. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, the game has started. Right. What's all the lads' names in this room?
Jeffrey, John, Bill, and Cokehead.
Who's the cokehead?
Him.
Oh, that's all.
Fucking getting lashed.
You
over.
look like a man in the bathroom at 3 a.m. I'm only good.
Who's the current Taoiseach?
Leo Bracker. See, I told you.
Oh, he's not, isn't he? Not? No,
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 he's
is.
Only
What
on
rhymes
things
with
he is.
sex?
Pepsi.
What's the best TV show on RTE?
Fair City.
Did you say that? Did you say that as well?
Fair City is getting bashed.
I actually used to love Fair City.
Mark said that as well. What's your favourite thing to do with your girlfriend?
Watch a movie.
What noise does a cat make?
Yeah.
How do you spell dog?
Natasha.
Yes. Do an Australian accent.
Listen here, you country boy. Fucking punch your head, you know. Listen to me.
The same accent.
2 auditions for Snatch.
Fucking hating you.
Complete this phrase. You're backing up.
Me arse.
What do you cut your grass with?
A fork.
What makes up a stew?
Lettuce.
And who's your favourite Did You Hear Show guest? Natasha.
Should be an easy one.
Well, he said top notch. We'll say top notch. Sorry, top notch. So I needed something at the top of the head. I needed something.
Hey, look,
I needed something.
lads,
Sorry, top notch.
We answered so many the same.
everyone, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Loads of more content coming, especially with the lads. We're gonna see us out with something different this week. We had Spice Girls last week, or the week before, or whenever that was. This week we have the most requested tune in the house.
Give us 2 seconds there.
Give him Martin 2 seconds here, lads. He's ready. You all have to join in.
Let's go.
Yeah. Martin, you take this back.
Can't hear it.
Can you not?
You are my fire, my one desire. Believe when I say I want it that way. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why.
Girl, I never wanna hear you say. Girl, I want it bad when I touch you. that we're falling apart by the way that it used to be. Yeah, no matter the distance. She's from Swords. I want you to know that deep down inside of me, you are my fire, the one desire, believe you.
Ronan Keating, ladies and gents.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching.